a land at peace. Scars of a great war have healed over the decades. Children play among the bodies of titanic cryptids from a war. They find a ghost, a vestigial consciousness stored in a broken part of their body before they died, lodged in the dirt and long forgotten. It regales them with stories of the great war that once ravaged the world. In exchange, it asks that they reunite it with its fallen body and final resting place. Joining me on this Deadmech exploration adventure is Eve.
Hi, that's me.
Esty.
God, I wish the ghost was me.
I mean, you could still be the ghost.
That's true. The night is young.
Daryl.
Wowza.
And I am your effervescent host, Nifty Hat. The game we're playing today is Ech0 by Rollover Playdead. rolloverplaydead.itch.io. It's a GM-less storytelling and map drawing game for 3 or more players, created for the emotional mecha game jam that we're adapting slightly to fit into the Cryptid Chronicles. I guess first, I'm curious as to if we want to try and couch how this fits into, like, is this part of the mundane world or part of the cryptid world or something else?
Well, I figured we'd kind of like edit it a little bit to suit our world, opposed to it being like mechs. It could be something more mythical.
Okay, that the thought had occurred to me that it's like, instead of mechs, it's like huge legendary cryptids or something.
Something like that,
like
yeah.
Dead cryptid gods.
Yeah, something more like that, opposed to mechs.
Okay, and does if this is like in the cryptid world, then the mundane stuff doesn't appear in it or might appear in it?
I think it should be in our regular world. It's like kids exploring, right?
Yes.
I think that's what it was. So this is what I was picturing, but feel free to say that's dumb or that you'd rather not do that. But you remember at the beginning of Jurassic World when it's like that family vacationing on an island, but it turns out it's a horrible place to vacation because it's full of dinosaurs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, naturally, I've never seen that movie, but okay.
Have you actually not?
I've never watched any Jurassic Park.
Daryl's watched like 7 movies.
Yeah. The odds of you referencing a movie and me catching the reference is very low.
What I was thinking was it would be similar to that, where it's like the kids' families are vacationing in this place, and that's why it's like not a well-known thing. It's like an island that they probably shouldn't be on.
Okay.
That was my thought, but feel free to tell me that you have other thoughts or how you would prefer this to be.
Well, what jumps out at me first, and this might be putting the cart before the squid a little bit. Does this imply a big giant war between huge legendary cryptids at some point in the past?
Yes.
Or in the future. Time can be a circle.
Yeah. Time is ever a flat circle, yes.
One of the heavy implications of this game is, like, there can be a huge advanced war and then the world can be destroyed and rebuilt and everyone's back to, like, herding cattle and shit. My thing about the vacation is this game is couched somewhat as, like, the children are telling the mech about the world, so it needs to be a place they're familiar with.
Oh, okay.
I'm wondering if we could do that, but it's like, it is a private place that they go and vacation, and what has happened is, like, this part of the cryptid war or whatever has shifted over into the mundane world. So now there's, like, big, weird cryptid corpses around.
Corpses, yeah. Skeletons and corpses.
If everyone's on board with that.
Yeah, I'm personally cool with that.
Satisfied? Okay. So we're going to need to pick one person to be a pilot, and then everyone else is going to be children. The text of the pilot: you are a ghost. Power is failing, and you can never go home. All that's left is to find where you fell.
It occurs to me that this instance that one could be a literal ghost.
You could actually be a ghost, like trapped in a thing.
Yeah, you need to be in an object. Part of the thing that drives this game is the ghost can't see anything.
Yeah.
Esty,
you said something about wanting to be the ghost. Was that facetious, or is that?
I was just like joking, like I want to be dead.
Oh, okay. Well, you could roleplay a dead thing in this game.
The opportunity is open to you.
I was gonna say I was assuming that Eve would want to be the pilot since she picked the game.
Yeah, I can be the pilot. I didn't have any specific love for like I wasn't just like I need to be the. I picked the game because I like the concept of like the world building bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is nobody specifically wants to be the pilot.
I can be the ghosties.
Okay, but do you want to be the ghosties?
I have like no strong
As-
feelings towards being or not being the ghost.
Basically, as facilitator, I'm willing to volunteer to be whatever somebody else doesn't want to be. So I don't want it to be like, oh, you're being
No,
this.
no, I
specific
can be
okay.
the ghost. That's
Okay.
fine.
Cool. Eve, you need to introduce yourself to the children with your name, unit, and serial number, your last mission, what you loved most about your past life, people you left behind, and whether you came from this land or another country or even another planet.
What were the things? Name, mission, serial number, Miss Mouse.
Yeah. I thought you had this. I was hoping you'd have this open on your computer. Here, I'll snip it for you. 1 second.
No, I like clicked on the thing that you're like, Daryl, look at this, and it just brought me to like the basic game, like the outline of the game.
That's
It
the
didn't.
whole thing, isn't it?
Okay.
I think that page is the whole thing.
No,
Okay,
there's
yeah, okay, I
extra
found-
pages, but this is the page of questions you need to answer. The other things are roll tables and stuff. You don't need to worry about them.
Oh boy, I need to think about.
Do you want to think about it, and then I'll go through the children. I'll talk about the children questions, so we can think about our children questions.
Yes, do that while I
Okay.
think about.
So,
Everybody think of the children.
so
Can I ask real quick that we can be scavenging for scrap because I just like the idea of that, like little rat children, like dirty little kids.
I mean, I think
Hear the questions first, and then figure that out.
yeah. So, children, what are your names? How old are you? What were you doing when you found the Ech0 drive? Playing, school field trip, scavenging for scrap? How do you know each other? Schoolmates, best friends, family, sports team. I think one of those questions is already answered.
Yeah,
for us.
we're keeping our vacational framing then.
Yes.
You do whatever you want. I have no.
I mean, I guess Eve technically gave up her authorship over that when she was like, "I'm going to be the pilot." But I like the vacation. We could add a
You
different.
can still scavenge through for scrap if you're dumb children.
I think Daryl. If you were like, "Oh, I think there should be a deeper connection between the characters," it's like we could come up with that inside the framing device of a vacation, right?
Yeah.
I assume what should I? Because it's like unit and serial number. Obviously, I don't need a serial number because I'm not a mech thing. But
you
like,
could be
what?
encrypted with a serial number if you really wanted to.
That's fair. I could still
That would be
a,
something.
I would say if. So some of this depends on you because you're going to have more authorship over, what the time when the mechs was around was like. But I'd almost substitute unit and serial number for like what godly name you were worshipped as, or something like that. Should I toss some coastline onto this map?
Yeah, do something.
To do something.
Do something while I try to plan on doing something.
Make the corner some coast, and then try and leave the rest of the map so that I don't take out too many hexes out of this map.
How big are the hexes technically in terms of people?
I don't know.
Could be like some curve. Is it like?
I am not the person to ask.
I don't know the scale.
My mind is.
Sorry, you asked about the scale of these hexes.
Yeah.
A whole mech should fit inside one of these hexes.
Mech come in very different sizes, sir.
A big mech. Like,
how many people is that?
Okay, let me put this differently. Is like in the game we would have a settlement, and a settlement would have to be displayed on this map alongside with with other stuff that we went to. So inside a hex, you might get like a couple of buildings or something. They're pretty.
Okay.
They're big, but they're
mechs are fucking huge.
Yeah, mechs are big. Hexes are big.
Yeah, because mech can fit a whole hex, but so can a couple buildings.
Yeah.
I also assume that in what we're building, our mechs are going to come in a variety of sizes. Like they're not all either sized or whatever.
Is this going to be like advanced tech or like weird low tech with like?
We are
Robot.
going to roll to find out.
Oh, we're rolling for that.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
no, sorry. The high-tech or low-tech we pick, and then...
Oh, yeah, that, yeah.
Yeah, because like, do we want to do like low tech with like high tech ruins, or
Why is there questions specifically pertaining to windmills?
Flavor?
Okay, I don't know. That's very specific.
No, I think it's very evocative because when you think of windmills, advanced windmills and low-tech windmills both like evoke a very specific thing.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
yeah?
I
They
also
are
think
very
it's
aesthetic, though. There's no denying that.
yeah, it's a big part of the like aesthetic of the apocalyptic skyline or post-apocalyptic skyline.
I mean, we were doing. I don't know what Lost World looked like at the beginning either. I'm kind of lost about.
Lost World at the beginning is like of the time.
You're on a fancy beach.
I think there might have even been a
Okay.
flip phone in it. Yeah, I guess the question is, do we want to go more high tech than modern day or more low tech
Yeah.
than modern day? I don't have
Do we
a...
want it like, do we want it like, I guess, yeah, resorty, or do we want it like the ruins of an old resort?
It would be funny to be advanced and to be like the children of shithead millennials who just like only understand accessible technology, like they're totally fucking impractical.
So it's just like they know all the tech and like how to set up computers, but they're like living in like really shittily tied together sheepskin or something.
No, they don't know how to set up a computer. Like, they don't know how to run an application unless it's pre-installed on a tablet they've been given.
Oh my god. It's the Apple future.
Yes, it's the Apple. I'm not sure how much I want to be one of these characters now. Now I'm describing this out loud. I think I hate it.
We could just do like old tech, so like they're living in basically like huts shitting in the woods, but like they know how to use tech, so they use that to try to like fix things.
Hey,
eventually on
guys,
Apple.
what if we're on Luddite vacation?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
the world is futuristic,
yeah,
but
like-
we're
like-
like, we're getting back to nature.
Yeah. That's that's an interesting twist.
So it's a bunch of like millennial teenagers that
Yeah, but-
find
but-
a mech after like unplugging their phones and like leaving them at the car at the airport.
Yeah, but basically on like a Survivor cruise.
Yeah. Can I draw on the hexagons?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna draw like dense woods because now I'm kind of liking the idea of like it's like wooden cabins because like they're still millennials where it's like, yeah, we're gonna like camp in here and we're gonna like rough it, and they have like, the little mess hall, but it's just like there's no power because they just don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck. They don't know how to work the generator kind of thing.
So
And there's no
we're gonna do one journey per child, so that's 3 journeys, and for each journey we're gonna need to add something to the map.
Oh,
So we need to leave enough space to do that.
okay.
I said that after I had completely taken off 1/5 of the map with ocean, but I was like, we could put something in the ocean if we wanted.
Yeah.
I think like the body of a cryptid half sunk into the ocean would be sick as shit.
Did you ever play Hyper Light Drifter?
No, I didn't. I listened to the soundtrack a lot though.
It has kind of like giant creatures that are littered everywhere, and it looks pretty cool.
How's your mech stuff going, Eve?
Kind of okay. Do I have to say all the things? Like, do I list everything? It's like, hello, children, this is everything. Or is it kind of like, I'll start and then you tell me stuff, and I don't know.
We can like role play it out, I think, if that's what makes sense. If it doesn't
There
make
we go.
sense for you, if it doesn't make sense for your pilot to be like, and here's everything.
The only music they listen to is U2 because it came on their phone.
Listen to human music.
Everybody's playing like default Tetris and writing boobs on their calculators.
I did come up with my name. I'm Imber.
Imber, with an I, with an E.
Yeah, it's like Umber, but with a I.
Okay.
And instead of a serial number, you mentioned like what you are kind of like known for. My name was Imber Stormbringer, so I brought rain and water and storms.
What age did everyone want to be?
My juices are starting to flow.
I don't want to hear about your juices or your juices
Right
son
now.
ever again.
My juices are out on stream, baby. I'm aiming like 12 to 14. That makes a big difference. Obviously, with the but that's kind of like where I'm pitching at the moment. But I think I could play the terrible idea I have, kind of regardless. Honestly, it would just kind of alter the flavor a little bit.
I think I want to play like a younger kid, like a 7 or 8-year-old.
But I think what I want to do is play a teenager, like as if it's like a family where they all had to go off, but like the older one had to watch the other two.
Oh,
I-
are we
I'm
actually a family or
thinking-
just
Yeah,
proverbially
I
a
was
family?
planning on being in the spirit of that little bit of advice you gave me. I was thinking of kind of like a Home Alone setup, wherein my character got left behind by his parents.
No, so it's like found family. We just
just
found
like-
you here, and we're like,
Following us around.
yeah, no, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We
let's,
just wow, we found this little child. I wonder if like we can find the parent, and then you just find a robot.
so let's do these
Cryptid, thank you very much.
these questions 3 and 4. What were you doing when you found the Ech0? Playing school field trip, scavenging. It was great. Esty, you said you wanted to do scavenging.
Oh, I just said that as a joke because it just sounded funny. I have like a bunch of small children like scrounging around.
I mean, I like scavenging. Now we've done all that framing stuff of like we've been on this island before, and now we're here, and like there's weird shit that wasn't here before.
Sure.
So we are like going and collecting bits of these creatures and weird stuff that has appeared that wasn't here before because it's interesting, but not scavenging for something that would actually be useful. We're just like, hey, this cool shit. Does that sound agreeable?
Yeah.
And then how do you know each other? Schoolmates, best friends, family. I guess we need to establish how me and Esty's characters know each other, or are we family? Are we like siblings or something?
Do you want to do siblings or do you want to do like? It's just.
Esty, I would love to be your annoying younger brother. All right.
I was gonna say, or it could be that this is just an island where like a bunch of kids just end up left behind by their parents.
This is Abandoned Kid Island.
It's kind of like Lord of the Flies, except like the kids all end up there deliberately.
Yeah, that's that's a bit of my angle. Yeah, is what I'm thinking.
Oh, you
sort
want
of,
Lord of the
sort of-
Flies?
Yeah, I'm thinking my character would have like quote unquote gone native like really fast. Like it's been like a week or two.
Like stop. Just absolutely stop talking.
Oh, so hang on. We're going with this. Is we've literally been ditched here by our parents.
Well, that if you guys want to go with that,
I
that
think
was
that would
that
be
was.
funny, but if you want anything else, I'm completely fine with suggestions.
Being completely ditched feels a little dark to me. But I would love to go with this is the shitty summer camp vibe. Like this is the
Okay.
bad budget, like we just want to get rid of our kids for a long time and not have to worry about them.
Just make it worse and make it one of those like youth rehabilitation places where it's just like awful,
Oh, I'd love like
always awful.
like juvie kids or something.
Yeah, like brat camp, where like kids are
Jesus.
like sometimes and like beaten.
Jesus.
Yeah. So like no wonder we're like out trying to find shit. But no, I do like idea of just like
It's
Australia.
literally
but-
just holes in the forest.
just Australia, but instead of criminals, it's kids.
As well as criminals, it's kids.
As
Um,
well. Children criminals.
The worst kind of criminals, children.
I'll come up with a name and then we'll decide if we're siblings where we have to share a last name or.
Also could be adopted though.
Everybody gets adopted when they're on the island because they're all like trapped there now.
My character's name is 6, which is the number of times they threw up on the boat on the way over. It's the nickname they've been given. He looks about 7 or 8 years old. I don't think anyone specifically knows how old 6 is or particularly cares.
You wear a yellow raincoat.
No, I don't eat like weird elf creatures either.
Do we have a sheet to fill in, or do we not worry
Nope.
about that?
No,
No, this is
I don't think
Yeah.
there's any official sheet.
there's
Okay,
no
cool.
official sheet, there's no spreadsheet or anything. There's just not enough stuff in this game to make it worth recording
Cool.
everything. If I decide to fill out, I have a wiki for all our Cryptid Chronicles stuff. If I decide to fill it out later, I might bug you guys for details. Sorry, I need to know, Daryl and Esty, what your names are.
So my character's name is Windfury. He's 13 years old. he hears the voices of monstrous creatures in the night and fancies himself a priest of the beasts that live on the island.
Really gone native. Okay.
I'm thinking that he's been on the island preferably longer than both of your characters, but not necessarily like really long. Like ideally like less than a month.
Yeah, I assume that we're like known to each other. We think it's cool hanging out, but different levels of coolness depending on whose perspective you have. Esty, do you have a name?
Yeah, my name is Helena. She's 16 and she's been there 2 weeks.
We need to do a thing in this rulebook, I think, before we do anything else.
Okay, what
Which is we need to put a hometown on the map.
Ooh.
Um,
Would that be like an actual town, or is it going to be like a shitty house where you kids live?
I mean, we're going to have to roll on a dice to find out what kind of we're doing low tech, right? We're agreed on that because we're doing like brat camp that is intentionally.
Yeah. So we're doing
Kids.
So it's like
Okay.
what, low tech in an advanced world, something like that.
Yeah. So I'm going to roll a dice.
Yeah, fly by and like drop food.
And we got 4, which is oh wow, this is weird for an island. Crop fields spread out as far as the eye can see.
That is a super weird fit.
Maybe they did it like, oh, if they have good, honest work, they'll like become honest citizens. So it's just like you gotta maintain this fucking farm.
It's just in the middle of this tropical island. There's like a fucking like Amish style farm.
Yeah, so I guess we should put the town somewhere near the edge of the map so we can be like, and everywhere beyond this is just fucking miles of fields.
The like side or the top, do you think?
I think maybe the top.
Yeah, maybe because then it's like close to the beach, so it's like easy to get to. I'm gonna do dark brown. That's way too small.
I want to be the one that finds the Ech0. What does the Ech0 actually look like? Because we talked about, oh, you would actually be a ghost in a thing, Eve.
I was thinking it would be like an antler or horn kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Like a petrified antler.
Oh, okay. Is this like some sort of like vestigial consciousness sort of thing, or?
Yeah, something like that. It's like consciousness still in like I guess a part or something.
That's funky.
When 6 picks it up, you just say does the name just like go into his head?
I guess like more of a startled consciousness being like, what's going on? What's happening? Why am I moving?
If I may, okay. So is this able to communicate to people like directly when they're touching it, or is it like audible, or like you hear it in your head? Like how?
I think once you've touched it, you can hear it like as if it's audible. I don't know if it's technically in your head, but once you've touched it, it's kind of like that where it can speak to you, but before you touch it, you can't hear it.
Maybe have to like calibrate to like your.
Interesting.
So 6 picks it up, hears this voice in his head, like yelps, throws it back on the floor again. It's like, Wendy, hell, that's the horn. It talks in your head. It's talking in my head.
The spirits, they speak. I knew they were here.
Why the fuck am I stuck with both of you?
Oh no.
Finally, my fate is rewarded.
No, Helena, it talks when you touch it.
The petrified thing talks when you touch it.
Yeah, in your head.
Where am I?
Okay, let's pick this up and see. Okay, so she like picks it up and just like hears it go, hey.
Where am I?
You're on a beach.
Oh, what the fuck? It has been 2 weeks and I'm going delirious.
Who are you?
Well, I am 6, and I'm here with Windy. Say hi, Windy.
I am not worthy. Long have I waited to find you.
That's a weird way of saying hi, Windy.
Okay.
I'm not gonna ask Helena to say hi. She'll just be mean. What's your name?
Imber.
Hey, weird talking horn, Imber.
I'm not a horn.
But you are.
Yeah, you look like a horn to me. No offense.
A horn and so much more. Finally.
Are you humans?
I
can
mean,
be whatever you want me to be.
Are you
You
not?
can't hear me yet.
I will eagerly fondle the horn.
Okay.
what? Hang on, wait. Was Helena still holding it? Helena, how do you react when Windy like tries to come grab the horn?
I just like toss it like at him, just like get the fuck away from me. Don't touch me.
I'd imagine like a football dive to catch that shit.
You didn't even need to because it's like a quick chuck, but just like full on like panic.
Yeah, full body.
Okay, so does Wind still say I can be whatever you want me to?
Of course, yes.
Are you a changeling?
I can work on that. I'm not one yet, but
He's not. He's human like us.
Izzy, be nice to Windy. He's strange. He's a little strange. No, maybe not as strange as you. He's kind of strange.
nothing can hurt my feelings now.
Yes, Windy. I'm human. Why would I not be? Helena, why would we not be human?
What are you?
Oh boy, I didn't think of a creature type. Give me a second.
Take your time.
When are you gonna fucking take a bath, Windy?
Precious. Precious.
Oh,
Windy,
no.
don't do that with that horn. It's not appropriate.
Protect the horn. Cherish the horn.
This is a PG-rated feature.
I don't really know what to call.
I mean, you could vaguely gesture at it, right? Rather than giving it a specific name.
Yeah, sure. I'll just say I'm a beast.
Hey, Helena.
What?
It's a horny beast.
Do not make the gods suffer your indignities.
Hey, I don't know, Windy. You gotta admit, it's kind of funny. A little bit.
Well, that's not the point.
Wait, how do you know what we are? You're not even like you're a creature that can talk.
Yes, I'm a protector of humans.
You look like an antler right now.
I don't know what you mean. I can't see anything. I can't. I can just hear you.
Well, you're definitely an antler, and 2 out of the 3 of us, and maybe Windy will agree, and if Windy disagrees, you should probably just ignore him. Sorry, Windy.
Soon the god would be more fearsome, but I suppose this will do.
I like your cracky voice, by the way, Daryl.
Because how old are you?
13.
Yeah, like puberty. And how old was 6?
He's 7 or 8.
Okay, so like 7, 8.
Yeah.
Just small.
Can you help me find my body?
Anything for the gods. Anything.
If your body has cool stuff, I want more cool stuff.
I don't know if it has cool stuff, unfortunately.
We must venture forth for the favor of greater beings.
Helena, you gonna come look for this? Like, if I go without you, I'm gonna be in trouble. So please.
Oh, fine.
I just sharpened my spear. Onward.
Oh, for fuck.
Izzy, where do you think your body is?
What does it look like around here?
We're on like a stretch of beach. There's some beach stuff. There's like
It
high
should be
tide stuff.
close to a beach, but it's not on a beach, or I don't think it is.
There's some wood up the way.
There was like a big creature shaped thing up that way, right? Like
Maybe that's my body.
What?
We won't have to go into the sun, will we? I don't like the sun.
No, I don't think you'll have to go anywhere near the sun.
I guess I can say where I saw this body. There's like I think the thing was inland. There's a little glade inland, right? Helena, you remember the way better than I do, right?
The glade?
Yeah, there's a glade, and there's the rocks in the glade. But if you get close to them, you're like, oh yeah, this is a big creature, big rocky creature body.
Wait, was it moving?
No, I was gonna say that would be weird, but
Is it just dead? I think like
who can tell?
where I think it would be.
Who can tell if a rock is alive or not?
The way
Oh,
to
just
tell
so
whether a
cool.
rock is alive or not is whether or not it sings to you.
He has a point.
If it sings, it's dead. If it doesn't, it's alive.
Less of a point.
Yeah, so the next step is journey, and we go in the order of age. So Helena will decide where we're going first in order to try and find Izzy's body.
Okay, so we're gonna want to go. We're just gonna draw like a quick square and then like show that like behind it is fine.
Eve, do you feel like you've introduced enough stuff about your pilot now?
Am I supposed to introduce more as we go on, or am I supposed to like?
Yeah, whenever works. We're like starting to get into the territory of traveling to another mech, which has rules. Like it's a game system where we roll dice.
Okay, I think for now, it's fine.
Okay, I just don't want to be like, hey, I'm taking us out of this scene where we casually roleplay if you want to
No, it's fine. I
set-
figure it makes more sense for you to find out more about my beastie as you go along, opposed to just. I feel like an expedition dump would just be weird. It's like, oh yeah, this is my lore, and this is yeah.
Exposition.
Okay, so 5 journey, 1 per child. Children, each of you in turn leads the group on a journey to a mech, a mighty wreck that lies silent, disarmed, and harmless. The oldest child goes first, or decides who does. Choose a description and fate, or roll a die for each and then mark it on the map. Any children can add detail, the story, how large was the mech, humanoid or bestial, colors of the armor, if there's any, thrusters, wings, specialized limbs. Pilot, what do you remember of this mech, friend or foe, hero or craven? How did it meet its end? How do you feel about its resting place? Ask questions about the mech until you are satisfied, then say, let's move on. And then we keep doing that until the final mech. And I will snip these roll tables so that I can put them in Discord. We pick from the left-hand side, though, because we're in a low-tech world.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Okay. Oh, yeah.
okay, so like I can pick where I want it to be, and I can like look for a mech.
I mean, you're going to lead us to a mech, or you decide
Okay.
which of us is going to lead us to a mech.
Because I put a little spot in the forest area because I was gonna think like after the thick woods, like that's where the glade could be.
Okay. We can retcon my thing about rocks then if it's going to be your mech.
I'm sorry, I keep saying mech, but like rock. Yeah,
Corpse.
Yeah.
corpse. Go find one of the corpses and see if it's our friends. Okay. Okay. Should I just roll?
Yeah, you can either roll or you can pick. Do you want me to roll dice for you?
I have dice too, and Daryl's here to like confirm my roll.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't want you cheating at this this game.
I want to roll it so that it comes up on the stream for when I'm editing later.
Oh yeah. You know what? That's fair. Do it. Do it up.
Okay, so for description, you got 2.
Two battered halves blown 100 meters apart from each other. No,
Oh,
partly
my poor
buried.
friend.
And then for fate, we got 5.
Wait, we got 5. Adults gather here to sing, dance, tell stories. They fly a banner to indicate that a gathering is in season.
I feel like if we're going for Isle of the Lost Kids, either this has to be the only adults on the island are here for some weird reason, or it's like a weird, creepy kid cult.
It's the older kids.
Yeah,
Actually,
maybe it's the older kids.
I guess. Is this where the edgy kids hang out? The older edgy kids?
Oh, I was like, oh, I don't want to deal with them. They suck.
the fucking goth kid calls.
If this is Brat Camp, when I say edgy kids, I mean these are kids who might actually be
Killing us.
violent and dangerous.
You beat Night in the Woods, right, Duncan?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of like the 3 goth teens.
Okay, so like, so there's just like there's remnants of like the battle, and there's just like kids just like ignore the because they look like rocks now, right? Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
happened.
Some of them might, but remember, it's like potentially fantasy world merging with ours, so they might not specifically look like rocks.
They look like really suspicious rocks.
What should they look like then?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, we get to describe. So
They could all look completely different.
Here's my thing I want to do with the rocks apropos of nothing, which is that they look like rocks, but if you put your hand on them for a few, I guess like 10-15 seconds, like a glowing lattice starts to spread across them.
Maybe you can see them because you're talking to me.
Like, can see the lattice?
Yeah, like maybe a normal
Oh.
person who hasn't like interacted with whatever spirit I am, maybe they can't see it because they haven't interacted with like a conscious being from whatever this was. It's up to you guys, but I was thinking maybe that.
Yeah, no,
that might make
I
sense.
like that. Like now we can see more. Now we've touched you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the idea of like images appearing. I was thinking like if it's like gather here to sing, dance, tell stories. If we do like maybe a celebration, maybe it's like because it's if we want it to be like older people, do we want to do like violent? Because do we want to go full and be like that's where Fight Club happens?
It's the older
I mean,
kids.
this is your story, so you do you.
I was also going to be like, they've managed to smuggle some booze onto the island and they're having a little party.
Yeah.
I would
That'd be cute,
love
too.
I would love a fucking explanation of how they made that shit happen.
What, like, how do they manage to get booze onto the island?
Yeah, that sounds like an exciting story.
It seems like if we feel there's wheat and like one of those
Mm.
at least had to like have seen their like parents like cook something up.
They made like shitty hooch. That'd be great.
Yes.
Guys,
It's like,
guys, no, it's our first crossover. It's a crate of the fucking berry wine.
oh god, yikes!
It came from the dimensional portal and we just like drink it. We're like, whatever.
Fuck, that's some good shit.
I like that.
These
That's
kids,
sad. I
they
mean,
see
why-
something that looks kind of like alcohol and they're like, sure, let's
Yeah,
try.
whatever. Mom fucking left me here anyway.
They're this fucking like getting otherworldly smashed.
Also, I love the just the visual of these like some of these tough as nails hard boys who are drinking red wine.
Yeah, I know, like super boozy ass shit.
out there
Yeah.
getting red wine drunk.
It's kind of drunk.
I would just love if like one of them accidentally got like one of like poisonous bottles and he's just like dead, but no one's noticed. This thing he's
He's super drunk, guys.
It's like wake up the next day and he hasn't moved at all.
So
Right.
are they like on the rocks, around the rocks, near the rocks?
We want them to be like large rocks, right?
This is up
Yes.
to you, my dude.
'Cause,
I would personally vote for Beeg, but you know.
They can be different sizes. They don't have to. They don't all have to be big, and it's up to you.
When I described it, I was imagining like a pile big enough that you could climb to the top of it in like a couple of minutes. You know,
Okay.
you
Yeah,
could.
I would
Because
love
like
for
yeah, I was thinking because like what I drew on the map was like you could see like the little kegger like people partying thing. One kegger. And like two large, like they're like almost the size of the houses, like stones.
just like a bottle of wine, just like chug, chug, chug.
They're not bottles, they're crates. It's the big barrels of them.
Oh, are
Oh,
these-
sorry, I thought crates contained bottles. That's fine. Okay, yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry,
are
I
these-
figured they're
Okay,
fucking
cool,
barrels,
cool,
not
cool,
crates. I'm stupid.
cool, cool.
Um,
Are
Yeah, okay.
Are these like
I'm-
rocks protruding from the ground then, Esty?
Yeah, because it says head and upper torso, and the rest is underground. So it'd be like two pillars that are just like up.
Oh, okay. So we can see like part of the limbs. What we're actually seeing, and I guess we can see now that we can see more, is like, oh, these are limbs coming out of the ground.
Yeah.
And these like, are they like arms? Are they like hands?
It says upper torso, so I was just thinking like I have one laying down with his little hands out, and then one of them is just like kind of up.
Okay.
So like one of them like almost like crawling up the arm to the shoulder to get to the top of it.
I guess I'm like, Izzy, is this you? You don't look rocky.
After hearing whatever descriptions you kids give of the creature, I'll say, no, that's not my body. But I think I guess you would call him my brother. I think that's the term humans would use. It's my brother Nadal. He was pretty big. He was pretty strong. And I think he would be happy knowing people are having parties around him, enjoying their time.
Okay, I was gonna ask if the raging wine kegger was disrespectful because I was gonna I was gonna offer to do something, but I really honestly didn't want to. They're all kind of scary.
It's okay. He was pretty relaxed. He enjoyed a good drink himself. Sometimes he may get drunk.
Do you want a minute with the statue of your brother?
I can't really see him, so I don't think I need any time. I'm glad we found him. I'm glad I know his fate.
All right, now let's get out of here before the guys come back to have another fucking kegger.
Communion of fallen gods.
All right, I guess that's all. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Who's older, me or
Not you. Daryl's older. He's 13.
God?
Yeah, when-
Daryl?
Alright.
Should I roll
Yeah.
some dice for you?
yeah, let's dice it up.
We got a 3
3.
Fallen on its side, mostly intact, overgrown with brush of minor
Ooh.
and 6.
covered in graffiti and anti-war slogans. Colorful stripes and checkerboards, lovers' names, layer after faded layer.
Oh yeah. Am I going to have to draw?
All right, Wendy. I mean, you don't have to draw it. We can fill it in for you once we have some details.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to say that this is like, I gotta cook up some bigness right now.
I want to hear how Wendy's gonna explain it to what it looks like.
Yeah, I think I'll do this outside of character voice first, just for clarity, and then we can go further with that. I'm having a really hard time with spatial reasoning in my brain. Okay, so I'm gonna say that this is like 10 meters tall. It's like a lot of bananas tall. It would be.
Here's about 3 feet.
I don't know American measurements at all. Like totally overgrown. It seemingly just looks like a really like oblong, pointy, grassy hill. But it's like a big crustacean shell emerging from the ground. Like underneath, like if you were to dig for a few seconds, you would find kind of like a sleek black shell underneath, which is the remnants of like a big horrendous space crab monster. And I'm going to say that it's not like spray paint graffitied in, but people have it's like carving names into a tree basically. There's a whole bunch of like shit and slogans and like names of the old like
people
names.
carved in that S that everybody used to draw in their notebook.
Several of the ancient S. The archaic S, yeah. Like people putting in lover initials and shit like that all over the place. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking this is. Big, mysterious space crab.
Okay, and roughly where on the map?
Yeah, let's take a look at the map. So it's like on the eastern edge, like 3 hexes south of the bottom of the foresty bed.
Okay. So
yeah.
Like here, basically.
Yeah. And it's like shit shouldn't be growing there because it's mostly just like sand, but there is yet a lot of shit growing there for some reason.
Well, the speech goes really far inland then. Hey, if that's true.
Yeah, we got this island's weird. This island's kind of suspicious.
I'm gonna bring the beach down to like here and then put your crab shell thing in the middle of it.
All right, yeah, let's do that.
And look, the first thing that happens when we arrive at this crab shell is Six stops trying to help the mech and goes to climb on the crab shell to try and find somewhere cool to carve something into go find some empty space to add something.
Yeah, I'm thinking that like if you have to get up like pretty high if you actually want to get any free space. It's pretty popular area for all the unhappy people on this island.
Six is also going really slowly because they're stopping to like read all the other shit. They're like immensely interested in what's being carved into this, as well as keen to add their own bullshit.
Six, when you get up to me and Brad, can you cross it off, please?
Ugh. You know what? Yeah, but when you add number 6 to this thing, I'm not doing it, alright? This is the last time.
Durgan Slice, god of fertility, growth, and fear.
Excuse me.
Is that how your character describes this?
Yeah.
What color is this shell?
He said black.
It's a shiny black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't pick anything that's challenging.
I don't believe I know anyone by that name.
Fearsome as the stars, dark as the night.
Is he? He probably just made it up in his head, is he? You just
he
gotta
screams at me in my dreams.
You gotta be nice to Windy, alright?
You said it was a black shell, a large black shell.
Yeah, big space crab. Big weird space crab.
I believe that's Trosk. He's not a good beast. He's an enemy. I'm glad to know that he was defeated.
I must have misheard in my dreams. My mistake.
I'm sure.
Guess what, Izzy? Trosk has so many cool S's engraved on them now.
I'm glad that he's useful for something.
And all of Helena's X's.
Shut up!
I'm surprised there's enough space.
Apparently neither of us want to live. What did Trosk 2 do that was so bad?
He and his companions wanted to unmake the world and create it in a new image, mostly filled with darkness.
Creature of destruction, now one of creation. Truly beautiful. If he wasn't so evil and pointy, I'd almost want to give him a hug.
Very poetic, Windy.
Windy, you can't hug him. He's huge. You need really big arms.
I'll use my spear.
This thing's... You know what? Never mind.
Never minded.
Never mind you. Well, Trusk doesn't sound like they're you, because you seem cool, and you said Trusk was evil and wanted to unmake. You do not want to unmake the world, right?
No, I was fighting against Trosk.
Okay.
If we attach you to Tross, could you take over his body?
I don't think so. And I don't know if that would be a good idea. What if it awakes his spirit?
Good point. My fealty is only to you. I have no interest in other gods.
Hey, Wendy, why don't we attach you to Trusk's body?
I don't know. He looks a bit sharp.
But,
I just cleaned my loincloth and everything. I don't know.
you don't want to be a giant destructive crab? I mean, cool.
Whoa, you wouldn't want me unmaking the world, right? I mean, I kind of want to be a big crab, but also, I'm really attached to my hut, and I'd feel really bad if it got knocked down.
I mean, Wendy, I assumed you were gonna be cool and not unmake the world, but now you're making me reconsider that. Helena, do you want to be Trusk?
Imber's like chuckling a little bit because it's very entertaining.
Not even remotely.
I don't like it here. It's too sunny. My skin's getting irritated.
I hate it here.
Six has changed their mind, and instead of whatever they were gonna carve, they're now carving Trusk sucks into the. But like SUX sucks.
Yeah, obviously.
The crab vibrates indignantly.
Can we
Imby's like, got him.
can we like feel its hostility now?
Yeah, that would be cool. Like now that you like know more about it and like
Its soul still in there?
Man, I don't
know if
like
that's
it.
still
I don't like it up here. I'm coming down. This thing seems mad.
spooky.
Yeah, I'm not spooked, but also I'm spooked.
I think I'm gonna be having really bad dreams now.
Greenland instead.
There's gotta be another candidate, right? To be Izzy's body.
This grass is starting to feel really oily. I'm getting nervous.
Let's head inland up towards where the farm is. I know we'll fucking hate it there, but
I said dark forces. Let's go.
I am going to roll for my journey now. 5. Slumped, rusted, just offshore. Barnacles grow below the waterline. Fishermen might tie their boats to it at dusk. 1.
Oh.
Oof. Idol of worship. Pilgrims come from far away to give offerings, incense, and prayers. So, this is maybe a lot, but I'm gonna do it anyway. As we're heading back up along the beach, we realize that now we can see something offshore that we couldn't see before. I think it's like a big limb, a hand with 3 fingers, and the thumb is like a slicing claw type thing. Like if you grab something with it, you do a lot of damage. And it's in the ocean. There's probably like a shitty boat on the shoreline that we drag out to go out there. On the outside of the arm, people have attached stuff to it. If anyone can give me a handout on what sort of weird shit, what sort of thing people would attach to this as a offering.
I've got a specific idea. Yeah, shittily made spears tied together. Loosely attached to the horrifying claw part protruding from the sea.
The picture that part of it too is some people are now that you've been part of the island, your initiation is to abandon all the stuff that you can't use anymore. So phones and technology and shit.
It's very culty.
Yeah, even get rid of your pictures of your family.
I'm drawing this.
Become one with the island.
You think it's the armor is the actual thing that you can see is mostly big rusted armor, but it's armor that was around flesh and now there's just a bone left. But I think the bone should be a novel color. Maybe it's has seams of metal running through the bone.
The stones we can see light, so maybe you could see light through it, but I kind of like the idea of metal through bone, they're much more mechanical.
So sorry, you were saying that some of our stuff we abandoned on the island is left as offerings here?
Yeah.
Well, when I happen to be true to my character, 6 is going through other people's shit looking for cool stuff.
Okay, video game protagonist.
I just like to collect things, jeez.
Throw all the high level looters.
This is definitely not my body. From the description you've given me, this is one of, or this is the leader of the undoers, the ones who wanted to recreate the world. His name was Moors.
That's crazy. I've never seen this one before.
Okay, Izzy,
Yes,
if you are fighting the undoers, does that mean you're a redoer?
I suppose you could say that.
Praise be to the redoers. Yeah.
I'm glad that they clearly lost because humans are still here.
How long ago was this?
I don't know. I don't know when this is.
Hey guys, out
Yeah.
out of character. When is this?
2006.
All right.
2006 sounds fine to me.
2006 it
It
is.
makes me think the height of like the brat camp things. It's like I feel like the peak of all of that is put them on an island.
I'm no expert on frat camps, but yeah, I can roll with that.
I don't remember much, but the last I remember is saying I was white trash and I was in trouble.
I'm not sure how old this is, but it does sound like a long time ago. A very long time ago.
Hang on, it sounds like we're a long time ago?
No, the fight, the battle.
Oh, okay.
Why did we not notice this before?
Yeah, only a loser would pray to something like this thing. This thing sucks.
It truly does.
Yeah, I hate this thing. I never hear about this thing in my dreams. This thing isn't my patron spirit at all.
What did you say this thing was called?
Mars?
Morse. Well made,
Mars?
right?
Okay. It 6 finds a piece of paper that has got space on it and writes Mars sucks. Redoers rules. Mars sucks for life.
I'm glad I found such reliable allies.
Guys, I feel a little like I don't want to. I feel like I'm gonna throw up a little bit. The boat's kind of shaky. We're in the ocean. Can we go back?
Yeah, this thing's really lame. I don't like its big cool spike or its cool color pattern.
Yeah,
or
let's-
all the stuff I left behind.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah,
Let's definitely go back.
yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna miss you, Argyle. Let's go.
I guess.
I'm going to watch.
6, anything you have, put it down right now.
Ugh.
It's hard to give up on your beliefs.
6 makes a big show of emptying their pockets, and then you have to ask them to empty their pockets again before they... Oh no, wait, the boat gets like part of the way back to shore and you realize I still have something on me.
It's just like 6.
I spent a lot of time on those spears.
I'm not willing to get beat for this.
This sucks.
Alright, and I just pitch it into the ocean. Esty, I think you would roll for the next mech. We're gonna go until Eve tells us that it's her bot.
Okay, so you want to roll?
Okay. Boop. You got a 3.
Falling on its side. Another playground. Okay.
And did we get 3 and 2 before? Is that the same 2 rolls?
No. Okay, two is
Oh,
new. I think
oh my
3 rolls.
gosh. This mech is cursed, ill-omened, or off limits by law. Only fools and children dare visit.
Playground and only children dare to visit.
Oh shit. Is this like some little lamplight shit or something?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that like I know about this area because the other two have told me about it because like they're well mostly 6. Would Wendy you think still go there?
Stupid heretics kick me
Fools and children. They kick you out because you're not a
out. They won't let me in.
Okay, so I'm gonna say due to what 6 has told me because like he's called in there a bunch, I'm assuming. So it's just like yeah, like it's just nobody wants to go near there. It's there's something cursed or it's like off limits and like only the kids sneak in there. Nobody else really wants to go in.
They say I'm too old and that I smell bad.
I have a question before we go. If I find something cool, you're not gonna tell me to put it back?
No, not here.
Okay.
I don't think
No.
you get in trouble for doing stuff here.
Take all their stuff. They're heretics anyways. They deserve it.
I'm gonna say where should we put it? I think it wouldn't be near the field if it's a place that we shouldn't avoid. It'd probably be like near the forest area.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna have it right here. And it was here. It's
So other stuff you find on the hand, like photos, bundles of spears. Would you find like people's phones and stuff?
yeah, like
Okay.
You can't have your phone anymore. There's no point to it. Okay, so I want to say because it's fallen on its side and attacked. It's like smaller. Or no, I want it to be big. So yeah, it'd be a big like side of a head where like the mouth is open and it's like hollow inside. That's why nobody wants to fucking go in it except for the kids. So like you can go like underground a bit into like the core area.
Okay.
And I have no idea what goes on because I'm an adult.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that goes on is Six goes inside and immediately is like, Echo, Echo, Echo. Windy, come do this fun shit.
Oh, there's only heretics in there. I don't want to go in. If this even was an old god, it's probably lame.
You yell, your voice goes on forever, ever.
Probably not even dark magic. Who cares?
Ugh.
Windfury's just pissed that people aren't letting him in.
He's just like upset.
He's just like so butthurt
Shitting
about
on
it.
everybody's parade.
Is he? Is this an undoer or a redoer or a re-redoer or an undo historya?
I believe this is a redoer, if that's what you want to call us. This one was more of a messenger they would bring information from, they were very fast. They could get from one island to the next with no time in between.
Were they super lame? They looked like they were super lame.
I suppose they were not as popular as other redoers.
Yeah, I can tell.
Knock it off. You're being disrespectful.
Those heretics are one disrespectful. Hey, Six, tell them they suck for me.
They suck for you. For you.
Close enough.
Close enough. Enough.
All right, so obviously this one wasn't you. Let's move on. This place is stupid.
And I don't find anything cool here either, so I agree. This place is stupid.
Yeah, there's only stupid heretic shit in there. No one wants to hang out with those heretics. Let's get going.
Let's get going. Right, I was trying to do Beverly Hills and I completely forgot. I just thought bitchy teen instead.
I see. Yeah, not
Okay, so got roll.
Should we roll a roo? No, it's
Oh,
time to
yep,
roll.
I will roll. Got a 6.
Okay.
And
Still
a
standing, mostly upright or leaning against a cliff or tree, visible from far away, an imposing silhouette of war.
And what was the second number?
Oh, do you already roll that?
Is a 1.
One. Oh, another idol of worship.
Oh, a worry worshipper.
Okay, interesting. All right, just give me one.
That's okay, take your time. I now have to sit here and update the map a bunch, so.
God, this island's gonna get like really improbable.
It's fine, we've got half an hour left, so either this is going to run into 2 sessions or we're going to find out where this is going soon.
Yeah, okay. How do I want to...
Trosk is Trosk?
Trosk, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna say like near the center of the forest, there's just like a huge tree, really big, like super big, wide, thick, big ass tree. And like very, very like prominent, like it's really deep in the woods, so you can only like see kind of like the tip of this cryptid structure kind of like leaning against the tree. So this is something that would be like total, like I guess we've already crossed the line, but like really obviously something otherworldly or strange. So it's a big kind of almost like deer-like creature. It's not a skeleton, it's like a carapace, and it has like way too many legs, just like an obnoxious number of legs, like 20 fucking legs. Yeah, so it's like a big shell deer with a fuckload of legs, the big damaged skull, and it's like leaning dejectedly against the tree.
If it's a carapace, can you get inside it?
Yeah. If you had enough climbing equipment, you would be able to climb in. Probably through the skull would be your best bet. But it's like quite high up. Like if you're just on foot, there's probably no practical way for you to get in there.
You'd have to come and bring ropes and shit.
Yeah. You need like mountain or I guess tree climbing gear to properly get in there.
Yeah, just the technical name, ropes and shit.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah. Consult your rock climbing book for proper details.
Your legit rock climbing book.
Yes.
Wink, wink.
Uh,
Well, I guess if we're gonna do this adventure properly, we have to go near the big scary tree spirit. I've never really wanted to go this deep into the woods. I was afraid it would really mess up my dreams. But I'll do it for you, magical horn god.
this is vigorous, and I'm glad for every corpse of an undoer we find. It just solidifies that they didn't win.
I'm glad this one didn't win. This one's extra spooky.
This one was one of the worst ones. He exceptionally hated humans.
Yeah, I can tell. His face looks really angry. It's like mega bad vibes all the time.
Deer gods are typically gentle, or deer beasts, I should say, are typically gentle, but this one decided to turn.
Hey, Izzy?
Yes?
You have a question.
Yes.
You said this war was a long time ago? This battle was a long time ago?
I believe so.
Guys, the other kids, like, this wasn't here until recently, right? Okay, Wendy, I count you out of this discussion. Hell. You talk to the other kids, right? These things haven't been here forever.
No, they don't. I don't think they were here when I got here.
No, it must have always been here, right? Right? Now I'm not sure.
Perhaps we'll find clues at the next one.
My dreams always told me not to go too deep into the woods.
It seems you may be a seer after all.
Ooh, really? Oh, I knew I was right. I knew it.
Izzy, you shouldn't. Esty, you're gonna have to draw Daryl's mech, I think. I put his last mech on the map, so.
Okay, where's the mic?
Oh, it's basically like as deep into the woods you can go. Big ass tree, big ass carapace deer, too many legs, fractured skull.
Izzy, do you have any ideas how we might find your body better?
I think I'm near flowers. A lot of flowers.
That sounds like it's close to the farm.
Going too close to that place messes with my powers.
I just
How-
don't want to go
Helena,
there.
I can't do the disappointed thing as good as can you?
What?
No? Okay.
I don't want to go.
I won't force you to go anywhere.
No,
Well, if we're
you
going
want to
close-
find your body, right?
Preferably, yes.
If I was a weird voice in a horn that had clearly been in a war, I would want to go back to my body too.
Okay, well, if we're going around flowers, I'm gonna need to grab my inhaler first. I don't really have any pockets in this getup.
I have an inhaler here somewhere. Goes through, dumps 3 different inhalers out in the ground.
I'm
Alright.
not even gonna ask.
Well, I guess I'll just try all 3 and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, these things aren't prescription or anything. Don't worry about it. It's me to roll
Yeah.
next? Okay. I'm actually going to just pick...
You
I
pick
want
one.
to do low-tech 1, scattered wreckage across windswept hill, or
Okay,
low
let's do
field.
it.
A foot or shoulder or hand lie intact here and there. I'm going to do the same thing on fate. I'm going to roll it. If I don't like it, I'll just pick. Please no cursed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is weird. Stripped for scrap down to the frame, the heaviest and most solidly welded parts remain lodged deep and immobile.
I know you like a challenge.
Yeah, it's really difficult to be like, oh, this mech's broken down into really small pieces, but it's been broken down into really small pieces, and everything but the big pieces have been
Well,
taken.
I mean, because we're doing a cryptid stuff here, small pieces could still be inordinately heavy. The biggest pieces don't need to be the heaviest necessarily.
No, I actually have an idea for this. I think, which is that the pieces, there is an area where the pieces of this mech are, and I need to think more about what the actual mech body is now, having solved this problem in my head of why this thing is the way it is. But it's near the edge of the farm, and part of it has actually gone into the field. So there's big bits of the field where all the crops have been pushed, crop circles, right? But it's crop circle of lines of where this wreckage has gone, and lots of it has been removed because they're trying to fix the farm. But some parts of it they can't get rid of because the wreckage is growing into the ground.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
like developing a root system, and the root system is rooting it into the ground and making it hard to remove. I think there might even be some tools here and evidence that, like, people were trying to take this shit out, but couldn't. Like, they tried and they gave up and they left. In fact, I think that there's a part where there's a crowbar that is now just trapped in this root system and, like, sticking out of these, weird... I want it to be, like, a machine-organic hybrid, and I don't want it to be too machiney, but I don't want it to be too organic either. I don't want it to be just, like, tree roots. What's a cool thing that roots could be made out of?
Mushrooms.
Yeah,
Maybe,
fungus.
like, glass. The roots are glass.
Yeah, okay.
They're-
I was gonna like maybe wires if we're doing for more tech stuff. Like the wires are stretching out.
It looks like glass, but if you look in it really, like, you get right up to it and put your eye, you can, like, see stuff inside it.
Okay.
You can see, like, distortion inside it, traveling around inside the glass. Like, there's some sort of system inside there. And assuming that it's not actually glass, otherwise you just be able to smash it, but that's what it looks like, and it's cool to the touch. And I'd say there's, like, 2 or 3 big bits that are still left that couldn't be removed because of this, like, rooting thing. 6 tries to take the crowbar. 6 spends probably the rest of this scene trying to pull the crowbar out so that they can take it.
Is there any chance any part of this is still alive since it's like moving inside?
I don't think so. But knowing beast kind, it's not impossible. This I don't think is me. I don't think I'm this broken, but I think this might be Opal. She was a fire beast. She was on our side. She very much cared for the humans.
Is
What's
he?
wrong?
This all sounds really exciting, but I can barely see. I think I'm going to have to use those inhalers.
Is he? Is it okay that the Opal's body's split up?
Well, when we die, we aren't us anymore. It's just a body, really, with no living essence. I mean, it's definitely sad, but the reason this farm is probably here is probably because there's a lot of nutrients in the ground from her. There was probably a really big fire here when she collapsed.
Too bad the fucking camp got it.
My third eye is clearing. This is a lot of information to take in right now.
I didn't realize humans had third eyes.
Yeah, it's right on the back of my head. Sometimes it gets really itchy, but feeling pretty good about it right now, though.
Hey, Windy, hold still. And Six walks
I don't
up behind him and holds up a number of fingers behind his head. He's like, Windy, tell me with your third eye, how many fingers am I holding up?
4.
Wrong, it's 2.
You're lying.
No, it's definitely 2.
You only
Hey,
think
Helena, how many fingers am I holding up behind Windy?
2.
You just can't see the truth yet. Perhaps you should try these inhalers. They're incredible.
Perhaps the allergies are affecting your third eye.
The allergies are fading away. My third eye is wide as it can be.
Don't encourage him.
I see the deeper truths of the world now. Also, my sinuses feel amazing.
Okay, I'm going back to my crowbar now. This was less fun than I thought.
How much longer are you gonna last here?
I don't know. There was some really strong stuff in some of those inhalers. Might be 10 minutes, might be 3 days. I'm not sure. Feel like I need to climb something, though.
6, stop getting the crowbar. We need to leave.
All right. Okay.
Get a crowbar. I want to see how far I can throw it.
For flavor, on the way to wherever we're walking next, 6 is looking at the inhalers and reading all the possible side effects of the side of them.
My blood sings to me.
Windy, it doesn't say anything here about the side effect of the inhalers being opening your third eye, but maybe doctors don't know everything.
Okay.
What was this one called, Eve?
Opal?
Opal. I'm going to extend the farm field a little bit so that I can have bits of crashed opal have gone into the farm field. Oh, I need to
I
revise.
like your giant hand claw.
Esty, you got a 4 and a 6.
Okay.
Okay, so
It's funny. We almost kind of already did 4 inadvertently.
yeah, but we did like a building. This is like somebody's home. Okay. So just something I'm like thinking before I fully go through this. Is there like a side village that like split off from the camp that we stay at that we're avoiding this place with, or are we just like hiding from there before having to go back?
Well,
It could be houses that are just like they're not really like a village, but it's like a ghost town kind of thing, and it's just like a house here and there.
'Cause I was thinking something that we could do is just like maybe somebody lives there where our characters like hang out when they get away from the farm. It's just like this tiny like area where there's like, you know, like shitty like made furniture. We're just like trying to make it out of like sticks and shit. Cause like how are we gonna drag a couch out to it? Or like, you know, taking logs and like making chairs or like benches out of them and like have a fire so that we can just like hide away. And like because it's like covered in like graffiti, it's like nobody really wants to like they're like, oh, there's probably like serial killers in there.
I would love like stealing like shitty folding chairs from the farm or something like that.
That'd be fair.
It's like the shittiest, easiest to carry furniture you can get.
Yeah, I think it'd be neat if it was just like
chairs.
just like because we were like we don't remember this being here and all of a sudden we're like yeah this has always been our place.
Oh, that's spooky. You mean as in this has been our hideout all this time? We come back and we're like, oh, this is also a spooky corpse.
Yeah, just like oh wow this is also like maybe because we didn't know until we had like touched the antler so everything has like more of that form where we're like oh god that's not just that's a body.
Oh, this is good. Yeah, this is very good.
So we've been like hanging out in a body. And I want to picture that it's kind of like the same size as the ones that were in the field where the kegger happens. Because like I picture it's like oopsies, the same team where you know, like more like of Imber's people. Yeah, okay. This one. So I think
I mean that's up to Ember to decide whether
but I was thinking it's gonna be like closer to that size, even if it's like not team. I have it near the beach. And it was still standing mostly great. No, that's not what I want to do. It's this one. So it's gonna be like leaning over, it's like snoot in the sand, and so like it curls over so that you can like sneak into the area underneath, and that's where like our little camp was set up.
Okay.
And we're like, yeah, let's go. Oh shit! It turns out that was just the whole time.
This place is spookier than I remember it.
I think I know where the dreams were coming from. Oh,
it's spooky.
I just had a really sick idea for this game, and it's like you do Toy Story but with Gunpla.
Like Gundam's Gunpla.
The things you build.
Yeah,
the really complicated model kits.
It's like the fucking trash dump where all the Gunpla models end up, and it's like the living Gunpla going and finding their fallen brethren. I love how we just like outright avoided the whole middle of this island.
I want to figure that like we spend most of our time as far away from it as possible.
Yeah.
But like we don't want to venture too far because it just starts to turn into like full ass forest. So it's just like, oh god, I don't want to go near it.
Now we're back. Even though it's more spooky, Six still goes inside and starts sorting their inhalers into their inhaler collection. And other stuff. Like emptying pockets and sorting things into various collections of things.
Oh god, what's happening? What was in that inhaler?
What do you think this one is?
What was the description of it again?
Its torso's out and it's covered. So like just the upper head and torso, the rest underground. A tunnel leads down into a hollowed out wreck. Is someone home? And
yes, you were home.
Yeah.
I have a very important question.
Colors and stripes. Yeah.
I have an important question if we're basically walking into this thing's mouth.
Yeah.
Does it have teeth? Are we now recognizing that it has teeth and we're like, oh...
Yeah. I think that's even funkier.
What sort of teeth? Are they like canine teeth or...
Yeah, I was thinking like some kind of animal because it's like got a longer snout.
Okay. Like fangs then?
Yeah, it's definitely got like long canine. The long canines, I want to say, are the things that are holding like its upper mouth open so that you can get into the cave.
Yeah, so the canine's like resting on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like going under.
I feel like I've seen this thing in my dreams before, and it feels uncomfortable.
I mean, it hasn't hurt us yet.
My blood feels itchy.
You've slept in this at least once before. I am not surprised. You're seeing it in your dreams.
I don't know. That sounds a little too easy. I don't know if I can handle the power of my third eye, you guys.
It is this, Ember.
It's too big to be me.
It would have been awkward if we've been sleeping inside you this whole time.
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool.
You mentioned large fangs. I believe this one would look very reptilian. I believe this is Lille.
Well, it sort of explains why the walls always feel so cold and damp.
And hey, you know what, Windy? We know it's not a big deal that Helena and Izzy slept together, because I haven't had to go cross them off the back of Cross Shell yet.
Fuck off.
Helena, do I need to go cross off you and Ilay sleeping together?
That's a sick burn. Was
Feel free to visit violence upon my character now. I'm just being an asshole.
This one was more neutral than most, but she wouldn't have hurt you.
But, like, we don't have a good, there's undo, there's redo, there's no neutral, there's no no-do. Is this a no-doer?
I suppose a no-doer would make sense.
Okay, well, if this isn't it, we should probably move on.
Sleeping inside a girl monster makes me nervous. I don't know how I feel about this.
Oh my...
We can't, I need to sort all my stuff out. Give me 10 minutes.
I should probably grab my actual inhaler while I'm here. Might need it. What if there's more flowers?
I want to say,
We should search out flowers. I do believe that's where you'll find me.
So I want to say my character, like, just thoroughly fucking annoyed at it, and like just with Six, grabs Six's arm, swipes all the inhalers, like, and just fucks up the pile and starts walking. Like, we are going just because of the the sick
Being
bird.
a little dick.
Because the shit talking.
So just like smashes his inhaler collection all over the place, and it's like, we're leaving now.
In the style of Avatar The Last Airbender, my cabbages, I'm like, my inhalers!
You don't even need them.
Okay, I'll sort them out later. Fine.
I feel like my
Mindy,
third eye is
apparently
really
we're
strong.
going.
Let's go. I hate flowers.
Well, I am 6, and I'm here with Windy.
I am not worthy.
That's a weird way of saying hi, Windy. I'm not gonna ask Helena to say hi. She'll just be mean. Hey, weird talking horn, Imber.
I'm not a horn.
But you are.
Yeah, you look like a horn to me.
Can you help me find my body?
Anything for the gods. Anything.
Who can tell if a rock is alive or not?
The way to
this
tell
is
whether a
okay.
rock is alive or not is whether or not it sings to you.
He has a point.
If it sings, it's dead. If it doesn't, it's alive.
Less of a point.
Almost the size of the houses, like stones. So like one of them, like almost like crawling up the arm to the shoulder to get to the top of it.
It's my brother Nadal. He was pretty big. He was pretty strong, and I think he would be happy knowing people are having parties around him, enjoying their time.
Seemingly just looks like a really like oblong, pointy, grassy hill, but it's like a big crustacean shell emerging from the ground. Sleek black shell underneath.
Guess what, Izzy? Trosk has so many cool S's engraved on them now.
I'm glad that he's useful for something.
And all of Helena's X's.
Shut up!
I'm surprised there's enough space. Horrifying claw part protruding from the sea.
Part of the island, your initiation is to abandon all the stuff that you can't like use anymore. So like, you know, phones and technology, and like get rid of your pictures of your family.
This is definitely not my body. From the description you've given me, this is the leader of the Undoers, the ones who wanted to recreate the world. His name was Moors.
Big like side of a head where like the mouth is open and it's like hollow inside. That's why nobody wants to fucking go in it except for the kids.
Oh, there's only heretics in there. I don't want to go in.
You yell,
No.
your voice goes on forever, ever.
This one was more of a messenger. They could get from one island to the next with no time in between.
Were they super lame? They look like they were super lame.
Knock it off. You're being disrespectful.
Big ass tree, big ass carapace deer, too many legs, fractured skull.
This is vigorous. Deer gods are typically gentle. This one decided to turn.
Yeah, I can tell. His face looks really angry.
It looks like glass, but if you get right up to it, you can, like, see stuff inside it. Some parts of it they can't get rid of because the wreckage is growing into the ground.
I don't think I'm this broken, but I think this might be Opal. She was a fire beast. The reason this farm is probably here is because there's a lot of nutrients in the ground from her.
was just like this tiny like area where there's like, you know, like shitty like made furniture. We're just like tried to make it out of like sticks and shit. So we've been like hanging out in a body.
This one would look very reptilian. I believe this is Lille.
Well, this sort of explains why the walls always feel so cold and damp.
We may all be problem children, but some of us are bigger problems than others.
Izzy still loves you all.
Thanks for checking out the Cryptid Chronicles, an actual play anthology about when the mythical meets the mundane. If you liked our show, please subscribe, like some videos, or leave us a comment. If you want to see the show being recorded live, we stream every Tuesday night from 8:30 till 10:30 PST on YouTube and twitch.com/mismatched. New edits to the live streams are also posted on Tuesday around the time we go live.